Hello everyone, welcome to Inspire. Before we begin, I want you to imagine something. Imagine standing in front of a mirror, not the kind that shows your face, but the kind that reflects your entire life. What do you see? Potential or wasted days? Dreams or distractions. If you are here, it's because a part of you knows you are meant for more. A part of you is tired, not physically, but tired of watching your life drift. Tired of feeling stuck, tired of promising yourself you will change tomorrow. Today I'm going to tell you a story. A long, raw, honest story about someone named Alex. But this isn't just his story, it's your story too. And if you stay with me until the end, you will reflect yourself differently. Not as someone who is lazy, but as someone who is one decision away from becoming unstoppable. Part 1, Alex's life before change. Alex was 27 years old, not young, just stuck. Most mornings, Alex woke up to the sound of his alarm. He didn't jump out of his bed. He didn't stretch. He didn't feel excitement for the day. He would roll over, grab his phone, and scroll. 10 minutes, 20 minutes, 45 minutes. He didn't mean to waste time, but somehow the hours disappeared. Alex's room was always a little messy, not disastrous, but cluttered enough that it reflected his mind. A pile of laundry he never folded, a desk full of notebooks with half written plans, a vision board he made 2 years ago that hadn't changed his life the way he imagined it would. He wasn't dumb, he wasn't incapable. In fact, he was pretty smart. He had ideas, dreams, goals. He would talk about late at night with excitement, but talk was all it ever was. Whenever he tried to start something, work, gym, studying, building a side hustle, he felt like something heavy was holding him down. Not a physical weight, more like a mental fog. A voice in his head that whispered, "Not now. You are too tired. Start tomorrow. You won't finish anyway." And every time he believed it, Alex wasn't lazy by nature. He hated being unproductive, but the guilt of doing nothing made him feel even worse, which made him avoid even more tasks. It became a painful cycle. Avoid feeling guilty, lose confidence, avoid more. Part 2, the day everything cracked. One afternoon, Alex was supposed to meet an old friend, someone he admired. A friend who was actually doing things with his life, building a business, staying in shape, traveling, growing. Alex wanted to feel like he was on the same path. Instead, he felt like he was watching from behind a glass wall. That day, for the third time in a row, Alex cancelled. He stared at the message he sent. "Sorry, bro, not feeling well today. Maybe next week." A lie? He wasn't sick. He wasn't busy. He just didn't want to face the embarrassment of being the same person he was last year. He put his phone down and sat on the edge of his bed. He looked around his room, the clothes, the trash, the old plans, the unfinished goals, all of it staring back at him like a mirror. And for the first time in months, something in him cracked. It wasn't anger, it wasn't sadness, it was a realization. I can't keep living like this. That moment didn't magically fix his life, but it woke him up just enough to ask the most important question: why am I really doing this? Part 3, the truth behind Alex's laziness. As Alex reflected on his life, he made a surprising discovery. He wasn't lazy, he was overwhelmed. Every task felt too big, every goal felt too far, every step felt pointless. Alex realized he didn't avoid work because he didn't care. He avoided work because he was afraid, afraid of failing, afraid of trying and still not being good enough, afraid of disappointing himself again. His mind wasn't protecting him from effort, it was protecting him from pain. This realization didn't make everything easier, but it made him understand something powerful. Laziness is not a personality, it's a defense mechanism. Part 4. The first small change. The next morning, Alex didn't promise himself that he would change everything. He didn't create a huge plan. He didn't make a checklist with 20 tasks. He did one thing. He made his bed. It took less than a minute. But it was the first intentional action he had taken in a long time. And that one action felt like proof I can start. He didn't feel transformed. He didn't feel unstoppable. But he felt possible. And for the first someone who felt stuck for so long, possible was enough. Part 5. Momentum begins. That day, Alex did something else small. He cleaned his desk. Then he opened a notebook and wrote one page. Not a full plan, not a full schedule, just one page. The next day, he did another small thing. A 10-minute walk, not a workout, just movement. Part 6. The identity shift. Weeks passed, small actions became habits, habits became routines, routines became identity. Alex no longer tried to be productive, he naturally acted like someone who valued his time. He woke up a little earlier without forcing himself, he organized his desk without thinking twice. He finished tasks before they grew into problems. Their feeling of heaviness, that one that used to sit on his shoulders every time he procrastinated, began to fade. Not because life got easier, but because he had changed. Weeks passed. Small actions became habits. Habits became routines. Routines became identity. Alex no longer needed motivation. He had something stronger, a new belief about who he was becoming, with one small action, then another, until the momentum carried him forward like a quiet, steady force he finally trusted. He realized something powerful. Identity isn't something you wait for, it's something you build, one choice at a time. So stop calling yourself lazy. You are not lazy, you are not broken, you are not behind. You are just waiting for the moment you finally decide to rise. This is that moment.